Welcome to BSc Statistics students. So in this class, I explain scope of statistics in various fields. The statistics is related with many number of fields. Hence, I discuss one by one the fields. You see how the statistics is related, how the statistics is applied in the subject economics, right? See, I'll tell you just some of the important points. The many number of statistical methods or techniques are used to solve a variety of economic problems, such as sales, prices, wages, production, income, expenditure, etc. Many number of variables, many number of problems, economic problems related to these variables, which are used in the statistical methods are used in the field of economics. Economics means it related with sales, it related with prices, it is related with the wages, production, income, expenditure, etc. With all these kind of variables, statistical methods are going to be used to estimate the production, to estimate the price, to know the future production, to predict the future production, or to predict the some future in future some particular time period, what would be the national income, now what is the demand of a particular price in future time period, for which I can for to study these kinds of variables, to study the patterns and patterns of the and to study the prediction of these variables, the statistical techniques are going to be used. The various sampling techniques are used in the collection of economic data most effectively. The statistical techniques of forecasting are very much useful for predicting various economic variables in future. That is what I am discussing. This is one of the very important technique of economic technique in the economic planning. Okay, the wide number of applications of mathematics and statistics and subject economics, which is leading to the another subject in the development new disciplines called econometrics or economic statistics. New subject was discovered, which is called economical statistic or econometrics. Right, the two subjects, two particular subjects are discovered. Now come to the next particular field, planning. Statistics is one indispensable tool in planning. It is inevitable. Okay, right. Almost all organizations, for example, if you consider the government, are using to appropriate are using statistical techniques for planning and formulating policy decisions. The appropriate statistical methods and techniques are going to be used. And efficient planning is necessary for all countries in the world for their economic and overall development, for which the statistical data relating to the production, consumption, birth rates, death rates, income, investments, for what? For the overall economic development. Economic development as well as overall development of any particular country. These kind of variables are going to be studied. The data is going to be studied. So for which statistics is going to be used, right? To collect data is to be going to be collected and analyzed continuously from time to time for their future production, for their to know the future birth rate, death rate, income, investments, etc. Whatever the parameter, with all the parameters relating to the economic development, social development, which are all going to be predicted, estimated, forecasted, to be forecasted for the purpose of their overall growth. So that is the reason why in the planning, statistics is one indispensable tool, right? We come to the next one. It is business. How the statistics is going to be used in business, right? Every decision is in business. Every decision in business, it is going to be used, is made with the help of statistical data and statistical methods. Okay, almost all business activities depends on statistical techniques for studying, analyzing, and forecasting demand of the product and behavior of the consumer most effectively. So you see here in the business, the field of business. Here are the four important particular points: study and analysis and forecasting the demand, and forecasting the product and what would be the product is going to be used in the future time period, and the behavior of the consumer. These are the some of the very important aspects of any particular business. They have to study the what would be the demand, what would be the production it is required, and what is the behavior of the consumer. These are the things simultaneously studied in any particular business. Any particular business that is entrepreneur or a businessman, they have to study these patterns of these particular variables. The success of a business depends upon accuracy and the precision of forecasting the economic variables. So this is very important. And if the predictions are wrong, then it leads to heavy loss. So therefore, the businessman is supposed to collect a relevant statistical data, that is quantitative facts, about his future plan of production in advance. Previously, before entering into the new business, or before entering into the business to be expanded, and in the course of expanded, then they have to see all these particular points. Okay, right. In business, various statistical methods are used effective for using raw material, that is effective use of raw material, projection of capital requirements, forecasting sales, estimating consumers preferences, various phases of business research and management. The statistics is going to be used. Hope you understand. This is what another field called business. Like now we will come some more like industry. Come to that another particular part we consider another particular field, industry. Statistics is immensely used to ensure the quality of the product in any large scale industry. If you consider any large scale industry, then statistics is going to be it is inevitable. It is immensely used, right? It is inevitable to examine the quality of the manufacturing product of a company, that is from time to time, that is for in a regular time interval. They have to examine the quality of the manufactured product. That is very important. Otherwise it leads to that is deterioration of the quality. Quality is going to be deteriorated if you are not able to, if you are not examined continuously. That is very important. That is examining quality of the manufacturing product continuously, from time to time. That you have to check it by using techniques of statistical quality control, SQC. It is called SQC. The statistical tools of SQC, namely control charts, sampling inspection plans, etc. The control charts for variables, control charts for attributes, etc. There are more useful to examine whether the manufacturing product is conforming to specifications or not in an industry. This is very important. Rather that is examining the product after completely manufactured. It is continuously monitored from time to time. That is before finishing. That is in the procedure of the taking the raw material to manufacturing, that is the end product of the manufacturing the end product. This is going to be examined continuously. That is the very important point in the why the statistics is going to be used in industry, right? Next, coming to the mathematics, is of course this is one of the very important field. The statistics is going to be applied in mathematics. It's most related. Statistics, it is discussed as in the branch of applied mathematics which specializes in data. So how the statistics is defined by Connor? You see, statistics is a branch of applied mathematics which specializes in data. So, which you call this? It's a particular thing which is specializes in data. Then that is called in mathematics. Then that is called statistics, right? It's applied one kind of branch of applied mathematics, right? And this is one statement. Of course, the many number of statements which are given by the that you have to study separately by referring the textbooks, right? Statistics is intimately related with and essentially depend on mathematics. In general, statistics techniques are derived from the probability theory of probability and applications advanced mathematics. Okay, increasing the role of mathematics in statistics has led to the development of new branch of statistics called mathematical statistics. It is also one another branch. Okay, there are many number of mathematicians who they contributed to statistics. I name some of the mathematicians: Gauss, De Moivre, James Bernoulli, Laplace, Pascal, Fisher, Bayes. Of course, whether is Fisher, R.A. Fisher is known as father of statistics, right? Continue further. So the relation between mathematics and statistics that cannot be separated, which are not mathematics and statistics, which cannot be separable, which are in mostly related, right? Next, if we consider medical science, statistical tools are essential in medical science to observe the facts relating to the causes and occurrence of diseases by collecting and analyzing the related information. So, if the particular drug is going to be introduced, for example, a company want to manufacture some particular drug, it is going to be tested. It is going to be tested by collecting and by collecting some particular data, and that is the drug is going to be applied to a particular some particular animal, and the sample by taking the sample, and it is going to be applied to a particular animal, and it is going to be tested and to be analyzed based on the relevant information, and so that it is going to be used. That is before use, that is before conducting the pretest. That is what we call before conducting the pretest, that any kind of medicine or a drug is cannot be used, right? So this results in the better usage of drugs and medicines. That is very, very important. So that is in medical sciences, statistics is immensely used. The efficacy of a manufactured drug or medicine or injection is tested by using important statistical techniques of test of significance. That is what the one of the important technique it is used in the medical sciences is test of significance. Okay, which we learn in our statistical methods. That is right. And if you consider another field in astronomy, I need not to discuss this. In astronomy, the Gaussian theory of normal law of errors for studying the moments of stars, planets, and developed by using principle of least squares, one of the important statistical techniques, right? And in biology, if you go to the field of biology, what's on Francis Galton? Galton was first studied the relation between the statistical methods and biological theories in his work called regression. He worked on one particular topic called regression, and later on it was developed. And very important statistical concept called regression. This was introduced by Francis Galton, and in his study, right? What was studied rightly expressed that without knowledge and application of statistical theory, it is impossible to discuss the national mortality. Nowadays, the study of biology requires many statistical techniques. What was specified, without knowledge of application of statistical theory, it is impossible to discuss the national mortality. Mortality, we know mortality, the rate of mortality, death rate, mortality rate. That is to be discussed regularly in the biological theory. Regarding to his studies, based on his studies, he was specified this, and the statistical, if you consider in biology, and the many statistical techniques are going to be used. which are testing hypothesis, sampling theory, design of experiments, etc. Many more. And for selecting the sample size, correctly choosing the samples, analyzing the biological experiments, and testing the validity and significance of the results. These are all to do all these kinds of points. In biology, the statistics is going to be used. This leads a one new subject is called biostatistics. This is one of the important topic today, right? Biostatistics. We have learned one in mathematics, that is mathematical statistics, one in economics, economical statistics, and biology, biostatistics now. So you see here, there are many number of fields which are related with the statistics. Now I explain one more important field, that is in psychology and education. Statistics has many number of applications in education and psychology. In psychology, statistics is mostly used to solve the problems like examining common problems most likely to affect the patients, to determine which kind of treatment is more effective, etc. And the statistics in education come to the part, and one separate field of education is used for analyzing efficiency and progress of the students, and also useful to for improvement of teachers' performance, and the and many etc. and many number of points. Statistics is going to be used. The factor analysis technique of statistics is used to determine the reliability and validity of a test in psychology and education. And this leads to the existence of new subjects called psychometry. See, another subject is also entered, that is called psychometry, right? This is another field. I go to the one more field. Yeah, in banking. Yes. Is it clear now? Yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah, am I right? It is clear. Is it clear? Right? It is in banking. If you come to the another field, the banking, statistics play a very important role in banking. Theory of estimation, statistical test of significance, the various sample methods are used in banking sector for implementation of their deposit schemes, increasing number of depositors, finding the best mode of operations in banks, analyzing credit deposit ratios, blank clearings, etc. You see, for many number of, to study many number of variables here in the banking sector, statistics is going to be used. And come to the next, and one more field called management. But of course, even we have studied in economics, in banking, or in industry, etc. But the management is one such one such particular very important important point or important field where exactly which plays very important role to run all these, to run economics, to run some industry, to run a banking. The management part is very crucial. You see here, the statistics enters there in this particular field as well. Statistical methods are significantly used for planning business activities and more effective by the management, by any management, right? So therefore, to plan a concerned business activity or more effectively, the management role is very important. There is also statistical methods are also used in the part of the conducting the management effective, that is management doing the management of the activities like more effectively. The statistics is going to, techniques of statistics are going to be used. The management personnel rely more on statistical methods and techniques for their development of business in various aspects like long-term planning. That is, by studying from last 10 years or 15 years data, then only they have to enter into plan new kind of business. That is very important. To develop new products, to streamline production, not only for a new particular business or activity, but also existing production or for existing running status, running of the business. Also, it requires statistical techniques to develop new products. The management, for example, to develop the new products, to streamline production, to maintain good relationship with customers, to reduce wastage, to assure the quality of the product, to maintain healthy atmosphere between management and workers, to improve the sales of the product, observe when the manufacturing process is to be shifted, and to many and many more, right? The many more points, many number of points statistics is going to be used. Statistics is going to be used. Thus, the utility of statistics is part and parcel of management. Hence, managerial sciences are mostly related with the subject statistics. Right? Hope you understand. Finally, last but not least, we can say prominently, it is in state affairs. In ancient days, statistics is used by rulers to access their military and economic growth. That is only the some particular part. Two important fields they go and use the statistics. Now the welfare of the state depends on more reliable collection of statistical data on socio-economic conditions of the people from time to time. The collection and analysis of the statistics on regular basis become an essential aid in planning and effective administration of the state. Hope you understand. These are some of the fields I have discussed, but many number of fields are there to be statistics is going to be used. Statistics is going to be used in many number of fields, almost all spheres of life. Uh, uh, in which among which I have discussed some, very few. I have discussed very few, right? This is what the scope of the statistics in various fields. Thank you so much.